I'm a little low energy today. I've been sick. And then it was freaking leg day. Like, does that ever happen to you? Like, when leg
No, I
day?
don't train legs.
Ugh, because you're pathetic. Welcome back to a new episode of the We're Related podcast. I'm Riley. This is Will, and we are related.
If you
Hence
couldn't
the
tell.
We're Related podcast. Will just got a perm, so he's a little high.
There's no brain to begin with, so I don't know what's going on.
He's just in his natural flow state.
Of being clueless half the time.
Today is a special day. We are celebrating my birthday by watching one of my favorite movies, The Great Gatsby. Before we review everything, we would love for you to hit that subscribe button, like this video, all that weird YouTube stuff that is very helpful for us. We really appreciate it. As a birthday gift to me, if we could hit 10 subscribers, we're really close to that goal. We'd really appreciate it. I love this movie so
It's
much.
because Leo DiCaprio's in it.
It's not because Leonardo DiCaprio's in it, but that is a big factor as to why we're watching this movie. I am turning 25, which means as of February 28th, I will officially be aged out of Leonardo DiCaprio. He will no longer be interested in me because I will be too old for him.
Well, bro's like
And
50 now. He might raise his ages from
maybe one could
18.
hope.
He still likes
I,
minors, as we
he,
know of.
he doesn't like minors. He just likes
Sorry, that was Epstein.
people way younger than him. Yikes. As always, we like to give you a little bit of background. It is based off on a very popular book, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, which is a 1925 novel set in the Jazz Age, narrated by Nick Carraway, who observes the mysterious millionaire Jay Gatsby's obsessive pursuit of his former love, Daisy Buchanan, who is a married woman. Boo. And then obviously I got this from IMDb. The 2013 movie, there is one that was made, I believe, in the 70s. Might be worth a watch. I don't know though. I'm not a super big fan of like really old movies.
Yeah, because that's an old movie.
Yeah, I'm
It
more
was
into
in
like
color.
2013. It was in color. They had colored movies in the 70s, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I might need to ask Dad when he gets back from Miami.
Dad wouldn't know. He's colorblind. But we have a new modern adaptation of it. 2013. What, like 12 years ago at this point? 13 years ago. And it's a writer and Wall Street trader, Nick Carraway, finds himself drawn to the past and lifestyle of his mysterious millionaire neighbor, Jay Gatsby, amid the riotous parties of the Jazz Age. This is based on the 1920s.
They passed a law about no alcohol. Is that what you're
So they're
asking?
so they're in prohibition right now where
Yeah.
alcohol is banned. You just finished reading the book in your English class. So you're going to be the one who is going to be able to compare the movie from the book the best. Because I haven't read the book in at
The
least almost 10 years.
best part of the movie is because they had Tobey Maguire in it. Mom said she just kept on waiting for him to turn into Spider-Man.
Yeah, me too. We've got our casting, and it's everyone that I know. We've got Leonardo DiCaprio as Jay Gatsby, Romeo and Juliet,
Titanic.
Titanic. It's in that Don't Look Up movie, I'm pretty sure. Wherever you are, I believe that my heart will go on. We should start a band.
We should.
Tobey Maguire, Nick Carraway, Spider-Man. I remember being like 5 or 6 years old and dad having the DVD, and I remember being so scared for my life watching the Spider-Man movie. Joel Edgerton as Tom Buchanan. He's in the movie Warrior. which I haven't seen all the way, but I've seen parts of it. It's a movie that Ben really likes. Elizabeth Debicki,
Your guess
Debicki.
is as good as mine.
She's Jordan
I don't have my
Baker,
glasses on.
who is the golf girl. She is in the Cloverfield Paradox, which is like a kind of like a spin-off or some sort for the it's a movie series called like Cloverfield. I don't know if it what it's rated. It's about like aliens coming to Earth. And she also is in the TV show The Crown. She plays Princess Diana. She's very good in it. She's phenomenal. We've got Isla Fisher, who is my personal favorite redhead actress. She's Myrtle Wilson. She's from Now You See Me, Confessions of a Shopaholic. She's in everything. She's like quite literally in like every movie ever. And she's Australian. And lastly, we've got Jason Clarke as George Wilson, and he is in Rise and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. If you've seen either of those, I think he's one of the monkeys. And then he's also in the new, I don't remember if it's a movie or a TV show. It's called Murdoch, Big Death in the Family. It's about true crime that happened in real life. They made a movie out of it or something. He's Alec Murdoch in it. So, just to kind of set things up, and I think they talk about it in the movie, we've got two eggs. We've got the East eggs and the West eggs. And I think living in the eggs is a good sign either way.
Yeah, because it
Like
means that you
that
have money.
means that you're rich. East egg means that you come from daddy's money, which means that you were born rich and you are inheriting your wealth. You're the old money. And West egg is that you are newly rich and you've worked your way to the top. And East egg people, even today, old money people hate new money people, which is so interesting. Like, you're all just rich. Get over it. What would you rather be? Would you rather be an East egg or a West egg?
East
Really?
or west.
I think I'd rather be a West. I just think there's something like special about like you work for your money rather than you're just given it.
I mean, the CGI is amazing.
I don't think the CGI is that great. But like they almost intentionally make it like cartoonish. And so I think because they do it on purpose, it makes it good. Like I don't necessarily think they were trying to make it realistic. I feel like they were trying to make it cartoonish. Other than Tobey Maguire, they all kind of switch between like British accents and American accents. And so it's kind of hard to tell like what they're trying to do. Like Leo would like be like old sport, like talking like this, and then all of a sudden he just would totally just be normal.
Old sport.
And then he'd like go back to British and then he'd be
Old
normal
sport.
again. And maybe that was like the point is that because he came from like the middle of nowhere and so it was part of his act. And so sometimes he would like be himself and then like the British was like his like persona. There's a lot of like slow motion shots that I just don't like where it's like close up and it's just their faces being like, what is the best scene? Yeah, this one.
Yeah,
And it's in slow motion and it's kind of annoying. But yes, it is the most important part of the whole movie.
it's when we finally meet Gatsby.
Yeah. Speaking of Gatsby, his parties I think would make me overstimulated. Like if I went to a Gatsby party, I think I'd just want to go home.
I'd walk in and then walk out 30 seconds later.
And maybe
Walk in,
that's
say
just
hi
an
to
us
Gatsby,
thing.
then walk away.
Yeah, then leave. Like it is just too it was so crazy.
Funny
Yeah.
that they didn't even have actual jazz music in it.
Oh, of course
I
not.
didn't know Kanye was invented all the way back then.
Obviously. Lana Del
Obvious,
Rey.
obvious.
Will you still love me? Well, that's why I do like the modern take on it. They do have some jazz stuff going on, but I personally like the modernization of it. I think it's a nice blend.
Okay.
And that's okay. We can have difference in opinions. If you don't like it, that's all right.
I
Maybe
was
you
saying
should watch
okay.
the old one. The curtains Like with Daisy in the beginning when he goes to the Buchanan's and Daisy's like playing in the curtains. That drives me nuts.
Why?
I just was like, she's gonna choke and die. I grew up being like, don't touch the curtains. And she's like wrapping herself up in them. We've got Daisy and Nick. I would say, they're kind of the main characters of the
Yeah.
movie. I'm gonna be honest. And they're cousins. Nick Carraway is a pushover. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like, come on, just do it, man. And he goes, okay. He's a nice guy. I find him very relatable, and he's an instant alcoholic.
I was
He,
in the mental asylum.
I had to look it up. Like, why was he in an asylum? Like, is Gatsby not real? And it did say because of his alcoholism and like his depression from everything that had happened.
This is my theory on it. Fitzgerald's wife actually went to a psychiatric ward, so I think he kind of did it for her. Because if you remember anything from the book, at the beginning it says for Zelda. So,
Okay, which is his wife.
yeah.
Interesting. Oh, that would be hard. This is something that you'll have to remind me. Is Daisy a ditz on purpose? Or is she actually dumb? I think she's smart, but she pretends to be dumb.
Yes.
She hoped that her daughter was a girl and that she would be dumb because the best thing a girl could be is dumb, is a fool. So to me, that makes me think that Daisy's very smart, but she just like is pretending to be dumb. But she could actually just be dumb too.
Could
Both
be
things
both.
can be true.
I'm a big one for that one. Big example.
Number one example, Will. Nick helped Daisy and Tom cheat. And I think that
Yeah.
also goes into him being a pushover. Is they were like, just don't say anything. And he was like, yeah, okay.
You just
And
want us
so,
to have secrets.
yeah, they
Blackmail.
just like to be all secretive. And so I think they should have just gotten divorced.
Oh, they
I
should
think
have,
it,
man.
like,
It would work out better
everything,
for everyone.
everything would have been fine if they just got divorced. Like, none of this would have happened. I believe that Nick is in love with Gatsby because he's like obsessed with him. Mr. Gatsby, Mr. J, he's mentally unstable.
When was he not?
He's a
Throughout
stalker,
everything. Oh, yeah.
but I will give him credit where credit is due because every girl dreams of being treated the way the Gatsby treats Stacy. But he's crazy. He's cosplaying rich because he's a poor boy,
He
but
was.
he was. But
He's
like I said
not a
earlier,
bootlegger.
like the British thing. I think if he had just been himself, it was all an act. Yes, he was rich, but he wasn't himself. He was pretending to be someone he wasn't to impress everyone
Daisy.
in Daisy. Yeah. Do we ever actually learn what he does?
Yes, he's a
What
bootlegger.
what's a bootlegger?
He sells alcohol.
And it's because we're in the prohibition.
Yeah.
So he's making bank. Is he
Yeah.
part of a gang?
Yes, for
Okay.
sure.
And he
He
is
is the
making
gang.
He's the gang. Yikes. And would you say he's a workaholic?
Would I say he's dad? Yes, I would.
He's always like having to take calls and talking with people. He's always being called somewhere else.
I don't know, sounds like someone I know.
The lunch scene where they all go to lunch made me ill. It was so awkward. They literally out themselves by looking at each other when Daisy's like freaking out with the cigarette, like lighting it, and they're like holding hands, and I'm just like, oh!
That's the best way to give it away.
Literally, that's what they did. Like Tom clocked it. It was so awkward.
I felt more bad for Tom.
I felt so bad for Tom. I have like his whole
Even
world
though
fell
he cheated,
apart.
he still did love Daisy.
Yeah, like his whole world fell
At
apart in the
some point.
span of like 10 minutes. He finds out that Daisy's in love with Gatsby, and on their way to like downtown where this picture is, he finds out that Myrtle's leaving. His
Yeah.
girlfriend's leaving too, which like that's miserable. Like, don't have a girlfriend, just get a divorce. But I'm like,
But
literally everything that
then
he,
she was also married, so
Yeah, it was bad. It's naughty. Don't
Yeah,
do that.
wasn't planning on it.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have Myrtle and Daisy. You kind of have to pick one and stick with it. And he did
Wise
not.
words.
What do you think that Tom was thinking would happen by sending Daisy and Gatsby away?
I think he was more afraid of losing her than anything
So why did he say, you and Gatsby go and we'll catch up with you later?
because he needed to talk to Nick and Jordan.
What did he
He
talk
didn't
to them
want
about?
Gatsby to know. On the way
What did
there,
they what did he talk to them about? I'm talking about on the way back.
on the way back,
Yeah, when
because
she runs her over.
the first time I ever watched it, when Gatsby came up and was like ready to fight him, I was like, oh dang, they about to kiss. Because that's how close they were to their faces.
I didn't know if Tom sent them thinking that Wilson was going to come out and get hit by the car. Or, like, I'm just confused as to why they were like, well, they're in love. And he's like, well, why don't you two just leave then? Like, it just was weird to me. I don't know if there was an ulterior motive or not. But yeah, rest in peace, Myrtle. Yikes.
By the way, that was a very unrealistic thing. She would not have gotten a huge gash right here. She
Unless
would
she,
have
like,
gotten,
fell on something.
she would have got folded like an omelet.
She went through it, that poor girl. And then poor Nick, has to be the worst day ever. He goes, I just remembered today is my birthday. That's terrible. He has to go to
Uh,
lunch with his cousin where she's going to admit she's having an affair, and then only to find out that said cousin killed her
ran
husband's
over.
mistress. Like, that is the
Uh,
worst birthday ever.
I would not like that birthday.
That's so sad. It like broke my heart a little bit. I was like, oh, poor guy. Gatsby's a loony bin. We're gonna go back to that. He's crazy psycho
Oh,
stalker. Something that really kind of stood out to me was that the help, like the butlers and the other help, the other servants or whatever, you know, just the helpers, they're treated very differently. And with the old money, Nick calls the Buchanans and is like, I need to talk to Daisy. Like, they need to come to the funeral, whatever.
yeah,
And the butler guy or whatever, he's like, they're
yeah,
not home. I don't know where they are. He's not going to tell Nick where we
yeah.
are or where we're going. Versus we have Gatsby, who's so paranoid and he's firing like 90% of his staff. Like, he doesn't trust them. And maybe is it because, with the old money, like they grew up with a lot of these people, maybe
Yeah,
that they have learned to trust them versus Gatsby like just hired all these people and so he has no idea who they are and stuff like that. I thought that was interesting and I wonder how realistic that is too. I mean, for me, like if I grew up with so many people, like you
did.
learn to trust them and you would expect them to take care of you, which they did. They took care of the Buchanans. Like Gatsby's main butler guy, he kept like kicking him out. He kept being like, "Get out of here, I'm talking." Whereas like the Buchanans were like, we're gonna say whatever the frick we want and we're gonna insult the help and like they're not gonna do anything. The themes that I took from this is that we get stuck in the past and we need to move forward. Because Gatsby took the what could have been to like an extreme level. Like, and I think we all fall for that too. Like I do it, Ben does it, I'm sure you do it of like, oh, if only I had done this, like what would have
Yeah, every
happened?
night.
If only, yeah, your nightly like conversation with yourself.
Nightly conversation with me and God.
If only I had realized this and done this, like then, then
And then
this,
I
this,
get
this, and this.
me comebacks that I should have came up with that were from
Yeah,
3 years ago.
yeah, exactly. I don't know why I say staring into oblivion. I don't know what that means.
Me
Oh, like
neither.
just along the lines of like the green light. It's just hoping for this one thing and having so much
It's
hope in
more of
this one thing.
desire than hope.
Yeah, like desiring, wanting this one thing
Yeah,
so much that it like almost becomes nothing. Like it's just your brain, and I think that's why Gatsby was such a crazy stalker. He's just reading his little scrapbook
stalking
every
his
single
ex.
night made of
Stalking his ex
Daisy.
in the way that he could.
I like this movie a lot because it really is based really closely to the book. Honestly, it's one of my top three favorite movies. I don't
uh,
know why, but it just is. I love Tobey Maguire. I
Who
told Ben,
doesn't?
I said, I have a hot take. I think that Tobey Maguire's so hot. And
That is a hot take.
Ben went, really?
I
There's
think you should have
something
told Ben
about
you
him.
should style your hair like that.
No, I want Ben to keep him the way he is because Ben is really hot too. What would you rate this movie? I honestly would rate it like a 9 out of 10.
Give it
You give it an 8?
mainly because I read the book and the book wasn't entertaining.
You didn't like the book?
No,
Interesting. I
I
mean, it's
just did
hard.
it for the answers.
Yeah, it's hard when you have to do it for school. Would you watch this movie again? Is my question. You've watched it twice in a couple
Maybe.
weeks time span, so you might need a little
Yeah.
break.
Maybe in like 3 years I'll come back to it. And I show my kids. This is what I watched in
This is the kind of
high
stuff that
school.
they played back in my day. An executive producer of this is Jay-Z, and so that does explain like
Kanye vibe.
why there's such a Kanye vibe is because Jay-Z
A Yee
is an
vibe.
executive producer. Him and Beyonce were like, what can we do with this?
I mean, I like some of the Gaga songs. I can
I like the
complete that.
songs. I think they're good.
I want to be done with the Great
Yeah,
Gatsby.
you're ready to move on. This is kind of a rough time to do this one, but I appreciate you sticking it out
Ah,
with me. Next week, if you want to watch with us, we will be watching the live action How to Train Your Dragon. It is on Netflix. We have a lot to talk about it, so I hope that you will join us for that.
all right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like, a comment, telling Riley happy birthday. Thank you for watching us on the We're Related podcast, and we will see you next week. Thank you.